All right, so what is the first lesson that we can take from 2023 fantasy football? This is a fantasy sports boss. We begin our transition into the off season. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start posting videos in sequential order, lessons that we learned from the 2023 season, so we could store these lessons going forward into 2024 when the drafts start coming around next summer. Again, hopefully you guys won your leagues. I won one of my leagues, as you guys all know. And but now that's in the past, right? We're done with that. It's time to look forward to next season. It's never too early to start. And the journey now begins again, starting now. So today, by the way, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button as well if you haven't done so already. Wanted to talk about the running backs today. Now, it is no secret that in this space, I have been going screaming to the rafters on a yearly basis about the wisdom of not only drafting youth at running back and avoiding those that are 27, 28, 29, 30, and even the age 26 is now becoming a little sketchy, but also looking for value. I mean, and we saw in 2023 how much value in that dead zone area paid off. We're talking Isaiah Pacheco, James Conner, Alvin Kamara, because people shied away from him because of the suspension to begin the season. Jerome Ford, Rashad White. I mean, Rashad White and Isaiah Pacheco in particular were huge value hits. DeAndre Swift, David Montgomery, like all of these guys paid off. Even Brian Robinson to an extent, all paid off as tremendous value play running backs. But what I did now is, and I'm not counting next week because, everything gets distorted next week because a lot of players are not playing or play minimal amounts of snaps and whatnot, depending on their playoff positioning. So through 17 weeks is a much better indication as to where players are. So what I wanted to do today is I looked at the guys who finished in the top 24 in PPR leagues at the running back position. All right. And I came up with some really interesting things. Now, to start off, out of the top 24, right now, at this very moment, after 17 weeks in PPR leagues, I took a look at all the players' age, and then in particular the top 12 guys in terms of their yards per carry and whatnot, games missed to injury. And here's an interesting thing. So 15 of the top 24 through week 17, which to me is the end of the season, 15 of those 24 were under the age of 26. That's 62.5%. So you're thinking, all right, well, that's a pretty good number, but not overwhelming. How about this? You take it a little step further. 18 of the 24 were under 27. That's 75%. That's a big number. All right. So 18 of the 24 in PPR leagues, top 24, are under the age of 27. Now, 27 is when really things start to go off the rails a lot of times. But even 26 is looking a little sketchy too. So let's break it down one by one. So right now, Christian McCaffrey is the number one guy, and he's 27, averaging 5.4 per carry. Tremendous year for him. And nobody's taken that away from him. 27 years old, was a blockbuster guy. What I will say about McCaffrey, though, is in 2020 and 2021, he missed the majority of time. So that preserved his legs to where he did what he did the last two seasons. He's probably got the body of a 26-year-old back as opposed to a 27-year-old back. So that's something to keep in mind. However, and I've said this on the streams, Austin Eckler at his age 27 year was a league-winning fantasy football MVP last year. And then just a year later, he right now, as we speak, is running back 25, averaging 3.7 a carry, right there with Tony Pollard as the biggest bust in fantasy football this year. So it could happen that quickly. And that's why I say next year at 28, he's going to be the number one pick. Major red flag, danger zone for me. I would not take McCaffrey number one overall next season. Number two running back as we speak, Travis Etienne. All right, 24 years old. Not the best season for him, 3.8 per carry, but he's involved in the passing game. He's involved completely. Like, he's a rare bell cow back. Number three, Raheem Mostert, age 31, just coming off a missed game, 4.8 per carry. So like McCaffrey, he's beating father time. But again, like McCaffrey, he is a younger back. Mostert, even more than McCaffrey, has missed an insane amount of time. Look at how many missed games this guy's had. Mostert has hardly played the last 5 years. So he, in actuality, despite being 31, probably has a body of a 25 or a 26-year-old. So not a shock that what he's doing here. Breece Hall, right now running back 4 at the age of 22. Kyron Williams, running back 5, age of 23. Rashad White, running back 6, age 24. Then we get to Joe Mixon, running back 7, which is pretty good at 27 years old. But here's the thing, guys. Average 3.8 per carry. Second year in a row, he has been inefficient. Chase Brown is going to be a thing next year. If this is going to be a 50-50 split, maybe even more leaning toward Brown, Mixon probably, there's a good chance he won't even be back with the Bengals next year. All right? 27 years old. So here's a guy who stayed healthy, but was not efficient and really relied on counting numbers, on compiling numbers. And there's something to that. I mean, he's running back 7, right? But completely inefficient. And now going into trouble next year. Running back 8 right now, Jahmyr Gibbs at 21. Running back 9, Alvin Kamara, running back 20 at the age of 28. He's running back 9. But like Joe Mixon, inefficient. 3.9 per carry. All right? Not good. And he fed off the passing game. He was completely a PPR cheat code because of all the receptions he got. Wasn't impressive as a runner. Derrick Henry, running back 10 at 29. 3.9 per carry. So here's the thing, guys. The top 10, you have Mixon, Kamara, and Henry, all 27 and older, averaging under 4 yards per carry. Their legs are shot. All 3 of these guys faded badly down the stretch of the season, especially Henry. So again, when you're 27 and older, your legs can't sustain you for the duration of the season, and you're going to do your worst work when your owners need you the most. Any Derrick Henry owner will tell you right now he lost their leagues for them. Like, he was just that bad. And Kamara got hurt. Wasn't good last week. Got hurt this past week. So, and Mixon's just been inefficient all season. Now, running back 11, James Cook, 24 years old. Running back 12, Bijan Robinson, age 21. Running back 13, Isaiah Pacheco, age 24. Running back 14, Jerome Ford, age 24. Running back 15, even though he was a bust, Tony Pollard, age 26. Running back 16, Saquon Barkley, age 26. Then we're going to get to DeAndre Swift at 17, 24 years old. David Montgomery at 18, he's 26. Ken Walker, 19, he's 23. Jaylen Warren, running back 20, he's 25. Brian Robinson from the Commanders, running back 21, he's 24 years old. Gus Edwards, running back 22, he's at 28 years old. But Gus Edwards, again, he's just been a part-time player. Josh Jacobs, running back 23 at 25. And Devin Achane, running back 24 at 22. So let's break it down now by age. The top 24 guys, one of them 31 years old, and Raheem Mostert, who's a freak, and again, his body is that of a much younger player because he's missed so much time. There's one 29-year-old, Derrick Henry. Very, very woefully inefficient season, awful ending. 2 of these running backs of the top 24 were 28. All right, Alvin Kamara, who completely inefficient, and Gus Edwards, who, again, part-time guy. 2 27-year-olds, Christian McCaffrey, amazing season, but again, helped by missed time. And Joe Mixon, completely inefficient. 3 running backs, age 26, all right? And not the best seasons by these guys. Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley, and David Montgomery. And Montgomery was good on a per-touch basis. The other 2, not good on a per-touch basis. And now this is where we get the meat and potatoes of this. 2 25-year-olds, 7 24-year-old backs finished in the top 24. That's the sweet spot, 24. 2 23-year-olds, 2 22-year-olds, 2 21-year-olds. Again, 15 of the top 24 in PPR right now under the age of 26. That's 62.5%. 18 of the top 24 under 27, 75%. Some notable names outside the top 24 that are 27 and older. Austin Eckler, 28. Average 3.7. James Conner, running back 28. Huge finish, no doubt. 28 years old, 4.9 a carry. Had a really, 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 really good season. But I don't even know what kind of designation he's going to have next year in terms of, is he going to be the starter? Is he going to have to share? Missed time again with injury. He always misses time. And then Ezekiel Elliott, running back 30, 28 years old. Not to mention also Aaron Jones outside the top 30 because he was hurt pretty much the whole season. So again, guys, this is lesson number one we take into next season. The sweet spot for running backs in fantasy, age 24. Anything over 25, getting sketchy. Anything over 26, avoid. Avoid. Next year, see, Christian McCaffrey will be 28. Avoid. Raheem Mostert, 32. Sell high. And Devin Achane's going to be his job. Joe Mixon, 28. Probably not even going to be with the Bengals. Alvin Kamara, 29. Who knows what's going to happen to him, but he is not an efficient runner. He's probably going to be a third down back next year. Derrick Henry, 30 years old. He's going to end up with the Cowboys or somebody as a timeshare power back. Tony Pollard's going to be 27, coming off a bad year. You know, I'm based on what we saw this year, no way. Saquon Barkley will be 27, lots of injuries. So you know he's going to hurt you there on injuries alone. Who knows what his situation is going to be? Is he going to be back with the Giants? David Montgomery, 27. David Montgomery, you know, as a running back too, he's not going to be the guy. It's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's going to get a lot of touchdowns in this offense. So I'm willing to at least consider him as a value back. Jalen Warren's going to be 26, but again, not a lot of tread. There is a lot of tread on the tires, I should say. He's been a part-time guy. Gus Edwards at 29. He's very limited. Josh Jacobs will be 26. Coming off an injury-plagued year, the curse of the 370-touch season took down Derrick Henry and took down Josh Jacobs, the only two backs who had that coming into the year, and both flopped. Austin Eckler, 29, done. James Conner, 29, good season, but we don't know what kind of setup he's going to have. Ezekiel Elliott will be 29. Aaron Jones, 29, fading both of these guys as well. So there you have it. There's lesson one, guys. More of these coming. Hit that subscribe button. We will chat soon.